IHSA 2025 Class 3A State Baseball Tournament presented by Country Financial. The visitors will be the Vikings of St. Lawrence. The Red Wings of Benet Academy will be the home team in this 3A championship game. Let's now meet the personnel involved in this title game. For the visiting team, the Vikings of St. Lawrence, who entered this game with a record of 36 wins and 5 losses. Here's the head coach of St. Lawrence, Pete Laurence, with a career record of 559 wins and 153 losses over 19 years. And now the starting lineup for St. Lawrence. Leading off, the designated hitter, number 23, Connor Marino. He'll be hitting for the pitcher, number 18, John Strahowski. Batting second, the second baseman, number 7, Mickey Lotus. Batting third, the third baseman, number 1, Daniel Coyle. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 6, Corey Less. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 28, Adrian Perez. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 21, Ben Curie. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 11, Enrique Villanueva. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 24, Orlando Vasquez. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 19, Danny Donovan. And now here are the rest of the St. Lawrence Vikings. And now let's meet the home team, the Red Wings of Benet Academy. They enter this game with a record of 27 wins and 12 losses. Now the head coaches for Benet Academy, George Acosta. And co-head coach Scott Lawler. Career record 247 wins, 179 losses over 14 years. And let's meet the starting lineup for Benet Academy. Leading off, the second baseman, number 27, Nathan Siraki. Batting second, the third baseman, number 16, Merrick Sullivan. Batting third, the right fielder, number 17, Luke Wilds. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 31, Josh Gagora. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 9, Quinn Rooney. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 35, Ethan Mendez. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 0, Luke Stakowiak. He'll be hitting for the pitcher, number 1, Gino Zagorek. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 8, Nico Schaefer. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 34, Dom Tamala. And the rest of the Benet Academy Red Wings. Ladies and gentlemen, your umpires for this game: behind the plate, Bob Zahara of Schaumburg. At first base, Adam Sartorius of Manuka. At third base, Chris Smith of Normal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and face the colors as Ruby Garcia, a sophomore from Joliet Central High School, performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy with
First ever.
a 2-on-1. Oh,
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is.
caught!
It's time for Class 3A Championship Baseball from Slammer Stadium in Joliet, Illinois, as the St. Lawrence Vikings take on the Red Wings from Benet Academy. Hi again, everybody. Dave Bernhardt along with Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo. St. Lawrence checks in with a 36-5 record. They defeated Triad yesterday in the semifinals 11-6, and for Benet Academy, 27-12, identical score, knocking off Cary Grove 11-6. And Mark, if we look back probably about a month or so, a lot of folks would have expected St. Lawrence to be here. Benet made a run here through the playoffs.
They made a late run. They gained some confidence. They got some solid pitching throughout the tournament, and they've executed at a high level down the stretch. St. Lawrence with that battle-tested schedule out of the Catholic League in Chicago, and yes, they've been here, done that. So we have a good one today. We have an upstart Benet trying to steal one from the Vikings of St. Lawrence.
Neither team has won a state baseball championship. One of them will get it today. St. Lawrence will bat first. Connor Marino will lead it off, followed by Mickey Lotus and Daniel Coyle. Cleanup hitters Corey Less, the center fielder, will be followed by Adrian Perez and Ben Geary. Rounding out the order, catcher Enrique Villanueva, followed by Orlando Vasquez, and then the right fielder Danny Donovan under head coach Pete Lotus. In his 20th season, 559 victories. Defensively, for Benet, Nico Schaefer's in left, center fielder is Josh Gagora, Luke Wilds is in right. Third baseman is Merrick Sullivan, Ethan Mendez at short. Second base is Nathan Saraki. Quinn Rooney is over at first. Behind the plate is Dom Tamala, and the pitcher for the Red Wings today in the championship game, Gino Zagorak.
Zagorak, a 6'3", 185-pound senior. A talented one as it is. He'll be playing at Wichita State next year, but that doesn't matter right now. He's trying to win a state championship. 5-2, 45 innings pitched, 64 punch-outs for a guy that's going to tip 88 to 90 miles an hour, 17 base on balls for Zagorak, and he'll face Connor Marino. And here to call the 3A state championship of 2025, the Hall of Fame voice of the Illinois High School Association. Here's Dave Bernhardt.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. Let's play some championship baseball. It'll be Connor Marino leading it off. Marino yesterday with 4 runs batted in, and that 11-6 win. He'll take the first pitch for a ball up higher. Umpires Bob Zahara behind the plate, Adam Sartorius at first base, and Chris Smith at third. Zagorak straight over the top.
Good long arm, loose wrist. Presence on the bump.
Marino pulls back in the bunt, and he'll take it for a strike. St. Laurence yesterday wrapped out 12 hits, scored 11 runs, 12 hits, did commit a couple of errors. Benet Academy in a win over Cary Grove, 11 runs and 11 hits. So for both these two teams yesterday in the semis, the bats were working. Marino just gets a piece.
With 2 strikes, the entire Benet bench is up there waving, putting their fingers together. That's their strikeout call. So the students all in black for Benet Academy, they're doing the same thing. There the hands go up and the fingers start wiggling.
1-2 to Marino, and just fouls it off. 73 here at game time. The wind 8 miles an hour out in the northeast, and what that means here at Slimer Stadium, and that is straight in from center field. Our first game today, that was a third place game in 3A. We did see that wind affect a few balls. That ball game, by the way, third place goes to Triad, 3-1 winners over Cary Grove. Marino off his foot.
Marino, a well-rounded young man, 4.775 GPA. His chemistry is his favorite subject. That guy has some smarts to him.
Last year, Marino, the number 9 hitter, saw more fastballs in that spot, of course. Zagorak delivers into the dirt. Well, both dugouts are really into it here in this title game.
Yeah, Vikings dugout, they have their own cheer for hitting right now as everybody's in unison there and their students following the act. Gotta love high school athletics.
Chopper to third. Sullivan will have to hurry. He'll have to put it in his pocket. Infield single for Marino starts this championship game.
Good at bat by Marino. Ultimately ends up using his legs after that Baltimore chop on the infield. But he had battled, fouled off a couple pitches, and then gets himself on first base. He is indeed their table setter, and that's what he's done right now.
St. Laurence, a team that coming in to Friday's semifinal had stolen 178 bases in 40 games. Marino a threat to run. They had 2 stolen bases yesterday. Go up to 180 on the season. At the plate is Mickey Lotus. Lotus yesterday 3 for 4, so that will boost his average up from 514 that he had coming in to yesterday's game.
Those are just insanity type numbers. This young man has 39 stolen bases, a single season record, 54 runs scored for the coach's son, Lotus.
Lotus puts it down, and jumping all over it is Tamala. Marino will head back to first. Lotus yesterday, we said 3 for 4, scored a run, also walked. So on base 4 of his 5 plate appearances. Marino had a little bit of movement to second base. He's back safely on the pickoff attempt. Decent sized lead for Marino. Lotus can handle the stick. Bunt in front of the plate. Tamala looked to second. He'll get the out at first. Close play over there. Rooney had to make that pick right in front of Lotus, flying down the line.
Lotus, just like you would expect, the fine player. He executes well, moves the runner over. That was his job, and he got his job done, setting the table for Daniel Coyle.
It's a guy you'd want to set the table for. Coyle, team leading 41 runs batted in, coming into the tournament, 319 average. Coyle hitless in his 3 bats yesterday.
3rd team All-Catholic League last year, 1st team All-Catholic League player this year in the 3-hole.
Stealing third attempt is in there. It didn't take long for Marino. He didn't even worry about getting a read. Great break. beat the throw of Tamala.
Zagorek was not as focused as maybe he should be, with Marino being the great base stealer he is. And there's a little bit of backward baseball, and I mean that in a complimentary fashion. They bunt him to second and steal the third. Usually you see it the other way.
36th stolen base of the year for Marino. Zagorek delivers. Evens up the count of the ball and the strike with 1 out.
Last time Zagorek was out there, all he did was throw a one-hitter, right? Oh, my goodness.
He warmed up a little bit yesterday in that 11-6 win. That's going to be a base hit, and St. Laurence is on the board. Coyle, the RBI single. So single, sacrifice, stolen base, single, 1-0 Laurence.
Great offensive execution by the Vikings. As you just described that run oh so well. Team baseball execution personified, and a nice piece of hitting to finish the deal by Coyle, who just dropped the head of the bat and laced that ball into right field for the ribeye.
Cleanup hitter is Corey Less, junior center fielder, pickoff attempt, and luckily for the base runner, Coyle, that ball was not handled cleanly. Luckily for Benet, the pickoff throw hit our first base umpire and kept the ball right there. Adam Sartorius. Coyle was ready to go. Zagorek holding on to the ball a long time. Too much time, less getting timeout called. Again, as we saw it yesterday, St. Lawrence's technique, not just keep your feet moving, but they jump over there. They'll jump sideways. Just keep the entire body moving.
Something very differently taught by them than most programs.
Narrow lead for Coyle. Pitch to Less is a strike. Coyle dancing. He'll throw back. It's back easily. Less at the plate on the season. Corey Less, 348 average, 16 doubles, 5 triples, 4 home runs. Yesterday for Less, a fairly quiet day for the junior, 1 for 4. Hits this one to the right side. Siraki, he'll go to second for 1. No chance on the second, and not stopping and slowing down is Less. Then he will go into second base standing up. So give the force, then the throwing error.
Ball hit hard. Siraki to his glove side. Had to drop step with the right foot, threw a strike to second base. And a drop down error throw by Mendez puts the runner, batter Corey Less, into scoring position with 2 outs on the error.
There was never any hesitation from Less. The ball bounding off the front of the St. Lawrence dugout.
An aggressive baseball team indeed are the Vikings.
Well, you've already seen it, right? The sac bunt, the steal of third, the extra base here. That's in your head now if you're Benet Academy. Like, okay, these guys play fast. Here's Adrian Perez with the runner in scoring position. Yesterday, St. Lawrence jumped out to an 8-0 lead after 4 innings. Final margin 11-6 against Triad.
Had 2 4-run innings to build that 8-run lead.
Perez rifles this one to center field. Less got a good break. Here's the throw. RBI single for Adrian Perez, and a 2-0 St. Lawrence lead in the first.
2-out run, and the Vikings have a celebration going. That ball was scalded into center field. Not a chance for Josh Kugora to throw him out at home. He did a good job hitting the cutoff man and keeping that runner on first and Perez. But the Vikings scoring early and 2 times often here.
Already 3 hits in the first 5 batters of this game. At the plate now is Ben Geary. Geary's senior shortstop for the Vikings. St. Laurence 36-5 on the season.
What's gone on early, and don't you think that isn't talked about in the Viking dugout, is Zagorek. He's got some giddy up on that fastball, 89 or 90, but he has not commanded his off-speed stuff, so they're sitting on his fastball right now.
Perez, decent sized lead at first. This ball is hit hard on the line, and that is trapped by the left fielder, Schaefer. Another base hit. Runners first and second with 2 out. Geary gets his name in the book.
2 out, they just keep coming at you. Line drive, line drive, line drive. They are hitting the ball hard right now, seeing the ball well out of the hands, off the fingers of Gino Zagorek.
Number 7 hitter in this inning, Enrique Villanueva. Runners at first and second for St. Laurence. Villanueva didn't get cheated on that swing. You have the gold T-shirted St. Laurence fans, the black T-shirted Benet Academy fans. Gold winning right now, 2-0. Rolled out to short. Mendez, the flip, that's going to be close. Got him. Ooh. 6-4 on the put up, but the Vikings strike for 2. RBI singles from Daniel Coyle and Adrian Perez. A 4-hit first inning leads to a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Benet Academy will have to go to work here in the bottom of the first inning. This is the lineup that will look to do that. Nathan Siraki to lead things off. Second baseman, Merrick Sullivan hits behind him. Luke Wild's the right fielder in the 3 spot, followed by the cleanup hitter Josh Gagora. Quinn Rooney is over at first base. He's followed by the shortstop Ethan Mendez. Luke Stakowiak is a designated hitter, batting for the pitcher Gino Zagorek. Nico Schaefer, the left fielder, and rounding out that batting order for head coach Scott Lawler and George Acosta is Dom Tamala. Defensively for St. Laurence, Orlando Vasquez, the left fielder, Corey Less in center. Right field is Danny Donovan. On the left side of the infield, Daniel Coyle and Ben Geary. Mickey Lotus and Adrian Perez on the right side. Enrique Villanueva behind the plate. Championship game hurler is John Strahowski.
Strahowski 8-2 on the year. 53 innings pitched, the 3.30 earned run average for the 6', 170-pound junior. He has 59 strikeouts in those 53 innings, 30 base on balls. That's relatively high. He's going to have to be in the zone to keep this Benet Academy offense at bay.
We said Benet yesterday, their 11 runs came on 11 hits. Nathan Siraki, a leadoff hitter for the Red Wings. 3 hits and 5 at-bats. Line drive. I guess we'll call it a 5-3, a diving stop by Daniel Coyle. A ball was hit right on the nose by Siraki.
One pitch, one out, one web gem of a play by the third baseman Doyle, laying out. That had nothing but extra bases written all over it, leading things off. That's all Siraki could do. He was robbed by a great play by Coyle.
Strahowski now to face Merrick Sullivan. Sullivan with a hit and 5 at bats yesterday. He'll just miss outside. Sullivan on the season, 364 hitters, extra bases. He has 21 of them, 16 of them doubles.
From being a role player part-time last year to a 360 hitter in the 2-hole this year in the state title game.
Sullivan just looked over to the bench and looked at his teammates and made a sign as if, okay, I'm going to fill you in on this. Fastball ripped up the middle. Well, that was hit on the screws. So first two batters for Benet have hit the ball hard. Sullivan's at first.
Batting third for Benet Academy, the right fielder.
Luke Wiles hitting in the 3-hole, 317 hitter. Wiles had a hit in 2 at-bats yesterday. He was walked 3 times. Deep in right field is Danny Donovan. In fact, the entire outfield very deep for Wiles. Good fastball from Strahowski.
Wiles all conference in football, all conference in baseball. That's the kind of athleticism he has.
Wiles just a bit ahead of that one, rolled over it a touch. He's down in the count now, 0-2. Sullivan the lead at first. Villanueva able to keep it right there.
Geary at short, Lotus at second. Both of them shading toward second base. Double play depth, looking for a ground ball and atom ball to get out of the inning.
Didn't miss by much. Outfield of Vasquez, Les, and Donovan. Donovan very deep in right field for Wiles. There goes Sullivan. Here's a throw from Villanueva. Sullivan in with the stolen base. George Acosta, the third base coach, and the co-coach with Scott Lawler says, okay, let's get one of these runs back. Let's play aggressive ball ourselves. Three-two pitch coming up. Runners first and second for Benet Academy with 1 out.
Good job by Benet coming right back. They don't have anything on the board yet, but emotion on their side, getting 2 runners on. They barreled the baseball, and they're only out as well. So they're coming right back with some aggression of their own.
Josh Gagora, the center fielder, batting in the cleanup spot. RBI situation for him. Gagora with 28 RBIs this year. Add 2 more to that. Picked up 2 RBIs yesterday in a 1-for-3 day. Scored a couple of runs.
Honorable mention all conference season for him. Solid numbers throughout.
Gagora hitting from an open stance. This ball's hit hard to left center field. And that is down, cut off by Vasquez. Sullivan being waved around. Wilds will hold it second. An RBI double from Josh Gagora cuts the lead in half.
And that's what we just talked about. They came right back on an emotional high. Now they get it up on the scoreboard. And the visitation in the Red Wing dugout taking place. As putting in charge of the ball is Gagora for another RBI. And that young man knows how to produce runs. And Benet was second and third, not done yet.
Sophomore Quinn Rooney will step to the plate. 4 batters, and they've squared up everything. Rooney jumps back a bit for the strike call in the inside corner.
Vikings defense playing back, justifiably so, knowing there's going to be some runs in this game, it looks like. So they'll concede a run for an out instead of a big inning.
Rooney to the right side, snagged. And a race is won to first by St. Lawrence, but the run will score as Wilds crosses the plate easily. And just like that, we have a tie game in the first inning.
And just like that, their defensive positioning pays off. A sparkling play by Adrian Perez. And if he would have been playing up, that would have scored 2 runs. So they'll trade that for the out. Brand new ball game. Nice decision by Pete Lotus and a well-executed defensive play.
Go-ahead run at third base. Gagora there for Ethan Mendez. High on the infield. Lotus with the grab. 2 runs in the top of the first for St. Lawrence. Benet comes right back. Gets them back. We're tied at 2 after 1.
Fans Country Financial, proud to support the IHSA.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
A little bit of offense in that first inning. 2 teams combining for 4 runs on 6 hits, and there weren't too many cheapies, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you do the math, if we did that every inning, it'd be 14 extra innings, and you'd have some fun calls along the way. But there was not any misplays there. As a matter of fact, there were a couple of brilliant plays, but just both teams rattling the bats and making some sounds offensively.
St. Lawrence fans, their attention has been split a little bit this weekend. Of course, we're watching the boys in baseball here in the state finals. St. Lawrence girls playing in the Final 4 of the girls softball tournament, Class 3A. Not a great day for St. Lawrence. They were defeated in the third place game by Prairie Ridge, 12-0.
Well, there'll be some medals in the Lotus house after the weekend.
Yeah, there will. Demi Lotus, freshman shortstop on that team. And this ball's hit hard up the middle. Snagged by Siraki. His throw is in time. Nathan Siraki, the dive, the throw.
What a fine play. We've seen some mega leather thrown already.
Next batter for St. Lawrence, right fielder.
Great play.
19, Danny Donovan.
Danny Donovan, the 9th hitter in the order for St. Lawrence. You know, you look at Gino Zagorak, the pitcher for Benet, feeling down right after the first inning, giving up 4 hits and a couple of runs. All of a sudden he bounces back out there in a new ball game. He gets a web gem from Siraki.
Siraki made the great play. Then he got a big hug from Ethan Mendez, his shortstop. The celebratory bear hug right there, justifiably so.
Donovan yesterday out of the 9th spot, 2 for 2, drove in a couple of runs, scored a couple. Whiffs on that one. Tamala time to throw. It's low, and the first baseman, Rooney, stays with it. Two outs here in the second.
Next batter for St. Laurence,
So Rooney did it, or make that, Tamala did a good job of getting out and getting the angle. He just pulled back on that throw. Top of the order, Connor Marino. He started everything with an infield single last inning. And this time he'll get a single to center field. 2 for 2 for Marino. Base stealing threat on at first. He stole a base in the first inning.
You would anticipate he'll go here. You don't know which pitch. He'll be knocked down a few times by Segura, no doubt about that. Zurek, and there's no doubt that this is a running situation.
The perfect hitter to hit behind him in Mickey Lotus.
Gino Zagurak threw over about 2 or 3 times per base runner on his first attempt.
Lotus rolls over. Rooney, the one-handed grab, and very quietly the inning comes to an end. There was a 2-out hit. Nothing crosses the plate. Runner stranded at first. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 2.
Hey, the official IHSA state.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Benet Academy with a 27-12 record, playing in their first Final Four in state baseball. This is coming after the Red Wings won the state basketball championship. Had an interesting start to the season, an interesting close to the regular season. Benet 4-4 in their first 8 games, and then just before the regional started, Red Wings lost 4 of 5. Number wins over Glenbard South and Canelan in the regional, 9-inning win over Burlington Central in the sectional, and then a 7-0 shutout in the sectional championship before a 6-3 win over Washington in the super sectional. As we mentioned, 11-6 winners yesterday over Cary Grove. That was a ball game that was tied at the end of 6 innings, tied 6-6, but then the Red Wings put a 5 spot on the board in the top of the 7th to win it by 5. Luke Stakowiak, the designated hitter to lead it off, number 7 hitter in the order. He's batting for Zagorak, the pitcher. He'll be followed by Schaefer and then Tamala.
Hey, you mentioned that 4-4 start. They actually lost their first 2, so you start your season 0-2. Lost to Oswego, Mattia Valley early on, then lost at the end of this regular season. Games to Wheaton, Warrenville South, and Amundsen.
Did not score many runs, and in fact, those 2 games you just mentioned only scored 1 run combined in those 2 games. And here they have 2 on the board in the state championship game. John Strahowski working on the mound. Slow tapper. Strahowski will have to get over. He gets the feed, gets the out. Well executed, 3-1. Bring up Nico Schaefer, the senior left fielder. Schaefer had a hit in 3 at-bats, drove in a run. 7 different players had hits in the win yesterday in the semifinal for Benet.
Schaefer will take his baseball abilities to Augustana next year. CCIW school.
We mentioned the 4A state basketball championship went to Benet this year in a thrilling win over Warren. And I'm trying to take my brain back to see if I can recall when a school won a state basketball championship in the winter, came back in the spring and won a state baseball championship.
Good piece of minutia. Who's going to be able to find that one quickly?
Well, if Jim O'Boy shows up, he will be able to research that for us. He'll probably know that off the top of his head. Count 2 balls and a strike for Nico Schaefer. Good fastball, got up on Schaefer pretty quickly.
2 strikes, he can climb the ladder if he wants. He got him swinging up there. He goes another baseball high, and will get a strikeout.
He almost got it right there. You heard the little touch of the bat against the ball.
So he's gone up and up for a called strike or a swinging strike and a foul ball strike. Now he certainly can go slow, low if he wants. Villanueva's got to be a goalie back there and stop any kind of would-be breaking ball down in the dirt.
He's able to hold up as Strahowski goes down on the mound.
And he went fastball once again, so he's gone hard, hard, hard. 3 consecutive pitches. And with a full count, you would anticipate that would be the same thing here.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and down goes Schaefer. First strikeout of this game for John Strahowski. To the number 9 hitter we go, and Dom Tamala.
Number 34, Dom Tamala.
Tamala, 5'8", 160-pound junior.
Wasn't inserted in the lineup till a couple weeks ago, won the job, and I watched him yesterday. He was one of my semifinal favorites yesterday.
Foul territory. Nice catch along the wall by Danny Donovan. He stayed right with it. And a quick bottom half of the second inning. I have to find out about your semifinalists when we come back. So foul out, close the inning. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the third. We're still tied at 2.
Celebrating 55 years.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
We let the drama build during the break because I need to know the semifinalists. Well, you're semifinalists for what? You mentioned Dom Tamala was a semifinalist.
No, I said he was one of my favorite players
from
all the semifinalists.
Okay.
And he didn't stand out. It wasn't like a 3-run homer. It wasn't like threw out 8 base runners. Nothing like this. This is just a young man who fought his way into the lineup. And yesterday I just loved his game. He made every good decision. He did throw out a runner, fielded a bunt well. You could see his love of the game and his leadership abilities. He just exuded that. I just like the way he played his game, and you can tell he's excited to be in this situation. Everybody is, but I mean, a month ago he wasn't even in the lineup.
Big inning here as we go to the top of the third. 3-4-5 for St. Laurence. Daniel Coyle, Corey Less, and Adrian Perez. And we start this inning as we have started so many innings the last 2 weekends in the state baseball finals with a hit by pitch.
He stayed right there, and that one wasn't even close. I mean, he was well in the batter's box, took that one, just turned his front shoulder, took it in the back instead of on the arm. But the bottom line is he took it, and took it for the team.
Coyle at first base. Corey Less at the plate. So Gorick very much aware of the tendency of St. Laurence to want to run on the bases. Short, narrow lead for Coyle. One thing you have to do as a hitter, and obviously you're coached with this, you're used to it in practices. If you're a hitter for St. Laurence, you cannot be distracted by all the movement, whether it be at first base or second base, from your base runners. Coyle leaning the other way. He's back safely. Almost got caught in that little jump towards second.
Yeah, you have to have your vision, head down on the ball, and focus right on what you know will become the release point.
It's interesting watching Coyle over there. He'll be stationary, and then the longer Zagorak holds the ball, the more dancing that Coyle will do. Which would lead me to believe, I mean, if it's easy from up here, you can see the entire field, the idea of a set and go for Zagorak.
Yeah, he's gone long hold the whole game, right?
Yes.
And usually would tell your pitchers vary it so the runners can't time that.
Les will send this one high to left field. Giving ground is Schaefer to the line. And that goes off the netting deep down that left field line here at Slammer Stadium. 348 to left field in the left field corner, 400 to center, 327 the distance from home plate to the right field foul pole. Les down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Not a bad pitch to run on here for Coyle if he chooses to.
Zagorak will knock him down once more before it's all said and done. He's probably, gone to first base, what do you think, 8 or 10 times already in this game?
From various
yes,
runners? Yeah.
Yes.
In my book, those are pitches.
Good point.
Again, another long hold. Good secondary lead from Coyle at first. He was daring Tamala to throw that way.
And there is absolutely no doubt that Coyle on base is taking away some of the focus of Zagorak. There's not a doubt about that. He is so concerned about that base runner.
Les finds the hole between short and third. 2 runners aboard, nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning.
Good job by Les. If you try to pull that baseball, your top hand will roll over and you'll hit a ground ball to the second baseman. Instead, the ball was on the outer third, and he just laced it past the shortstop.
We may have an electrical issue down there with catcher Dom Tamala.
Pitch coach Nate Aronson went out, talked to home plate umpire, and said, here's our situation, Bob Zahara. And they're trying to fix what is more than likely coach comm, the signal between coach on his device and catcher on his device.
And they have gotten it squared away, and we will play on with Adrian Perez. He had a big RBI single in the 1st inning. He's up with runners 1st and 2nd in a tie game here in the 3rd. The Class 3A championship game.
Sun splashed afternoon now in downtown Joliet. Put the sunscreen on.
Perez showing bunt. Very different look of showing a bunt. Very deep crouch. Those knees are almost on the ground for Perez on his pivot. That left knee almost down to the ground. Had it covered, didn't get the ball.
He's doing a good job of that crouch, though, because he's working the top of the strike zone down. But why was that a foul ball? He dropped the barrel right at the point of contact.
Coyle at second, Les at first. Rooney, the first baseman, is in. Third baseman Sullivan, even with the bag. Down to third base. That's going to be tough. No play anywhere.
Great execution. He knew that the third baseman, the wheel play was on. The third baseman was staying back. First baseman charging. Pitcher has the third base side. And he took advantage. He bunted that ball past the pitcher, Zagorek, who would fall off to the right. Bunted that ball right at the third baseman, about 45, 48 feet. Execution. So what you have here, once again, you start an inning with a hit batsman, set the table, one base hit, then a little bit of small ball turns into a big play. Bases juiced.
You're watching live coverage of the IHSA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action.
And Coach Bernhard and young people watching home, that is a perfect illustration of, hey, everybody, I'm bunting. I mean, he showed it very, 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 very early, and yet they couldn't defend it because, one word, execution.
That will set it up for Ben Gary. Gary, a first inning single. Corners even, middle back. Outfield shallow for Gary. 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run for Gary. 287 hitter, 32 runs batted in. Gary knocked in a run yesterday. Zagorek comes up. The big pitch, now 0-2.
Zagorek's mindset has to be two things right now. Strikeout or ground ball. That's what he's looking for. Gary wants to elevate.
Zagorek wouldn't mind a one-hopper back to him. Gary protecting on a ball up and out, probably would have been out of the zone, couldn't take a chance.
And we couldn't hear it up here, but I bet you it was a sigh that he got a piece of that ball. He chased upstairs, made sure that he wasn't called out on strikes.
Just missed inside. Benet bench. The Benet fans thought they had one there. Jonathan Rossi moving down into the Benet bullpen. To the right side. That will score a run. One out, and that is it. The RBI from Ben Gary. St. Lawrence will take the 3-2 lead.
Hit batsman, lead off the innings, a one-run differential on the board as of this point.
Next batter for St. Lawrence, the catcher, number 11, Enrique Villanueva.
First and third for Enrique Villanueva. Well, with 2 strikes, all Gary was asked to do was put the ball in play, preferably on the ground. He did just that. A lot of signs being flashed for Villanueva and the 2 runners on base.
Villanueva, catcher, was actually 4-0 as a pitcher last year, but because of some injuries, he had to go full-time catcher. Got him off the hill.
Once that ball was in the dirt, Gary at first took off for second. 2 runners in scoring position.
Very impressed with St. Lawrence. Their approach on the bases here today and all weekend and all season long. Aggressive, aggressive, more aggressive. Make the defense make plays.
Every offensive player on this team athletic and can run. Villanueva to right field. Tagging at third is Les. Wiles moves in, makes the catch. His throw will come home. Runner safe there, advancing to second. From second to third is Gary. Another run in, another runner over. 4-2, Laurence.
Great job by Villanueva. Get him in, get him over. He did both of those things with that sac fly, deep enough to right field. Wilds had a beat of the ball, had to fight the sun, but no chance for the play at the plate.
2 runs in the inning. Orlando Vasquez would like to add to that total. He was robbed his last time up by an outstanding play from the second baseman, Nathan Siraki. Siraki diving to his right, getting to his feet, and throwing out Vasquez by half a step.
An inning of labor, laborious half inning, if you will, for Zagorak on a bump.
And a fairly smooth inning last inning. Number will drop. And the 3rd run of the inning will score. Softest hit ball of the day, drives in a run.
He fisted that ball in right field. It looked like Siraki's, I can get to it, I can get to it. No, I can't. At the last minute, they have a big crooked number on the board. A good inning of 2 just turned into a really good inning of 3.
Danny Donovan at the plate. Vasquez the lead at first. Given Danny Donovan's prowess with the bat, it would not be unheard of to see Vasquez run here. Up the middle, through into center field. Vasquez will stand on second. Another hit in the inning. That's the 4th hit for the Vikings here in the 3rd.
And they, in 3 innings, 2 2/3, they have 9 hits already. And yes, they've hit the ball with authority, they've hit it hard, but they've also found open grounds. Benet doing a good job laying out for the baseball, but just coming up empty 2 or 3 times on ground balls they thought they could get to.
To the top of the order, and Connor Marino, he's singled twice, scored once. 3rd time he's come to the plate in 3 innings. 8th man to bat here in the 3rd. Gino Zagorak has thrown a lot of pitches. 2nd inning was fairly quiet. Faced 7 batters in the 1st inning. This is his 8th batter here in the 3rd. Marino's able to hold up, count in his favor. Tamala asked for time, and it is granted. Today's event is available to download. Just click the Buy a Copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. A meeting that started between pitcher and catcher involved the entire infield for the Red Wings.
And ended by home plate umpire Bob Zahara.
Marino, a count he can work with at 2-0. Part of that conversation, what you just saw. This looks like when you're stealing out, throwing behind the runner at first base.
9 hits on the board in 2 2/3 innings for St. Lawrence, and they're at bat against a pitcher that is committed to Wichita State. Seems to be confusion on the count.
The scoreboard all of a sudden showed 2-1. The question is that what was the last pitch? That's the question, Pete Lotus. And actually, Connor Marino was a little confused as well. It's been a long half inning here in the top of the 3rd.
See the Benet infield creating even more depth. I think that's in a situation where we've talked about them laying out for the ball. And they've just been oh so close laying out for the ball. Now they got a little bit more angles to work with.
So Gorek's pace so much different when he's in the stretch.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. He just has not been able to get his consistent rhythm that he's used to.
Marino's able to spoil that pitch. In a tough spot, right? If you are George Acosta and Scott Lawler, you have one of your aces out there on the hill, and Gino Zagorek, and you just don't know when to go get him. Pitch to Marino. 3 foul balls almost identical in succession.
The more he sees, the more the favor goes toward him. Any adjustment he wants to make, he wants to get the ball a little bit deeper and hit the ball middle to right here.
Vasquez, the runner at second. Now the count 3-2 with 2 outs. Vasquez at second, Donovan at first. Be running with the pitch.
Watch the inside move. His coach will remind him of that. Pete Lotus after that. They're on the leg kick.
Marino again to the left side on pitch down. Do they come upstairs to it?
Yeah, good question, because my question is, are they going to try to locate, or are they just going to try to throw a strike? And we know what a great hitter Marino is. If they just center cut one, right, he's going to lace it.
Late on it, bent the ball a little bit, and Zagorek will get out of it. However, 3 runs cross the plate, 4 hits, a hit batter, and with it, 5-2 lead for St. Lawrence after 2.5 innings. And Mark, that gives us an opportunity to talk about, really a special story from Benet Academy, a special story in terms of a story you don't want to hear, but followed by goodness. We'll take you back to 2012. That was when Benet player Andrew Magny played for Scott Lawler's team at Benet Academy. Very respected player. Well, in terms of his post-high school career, he went off to University of Iowa as a student. He was studying abroad in Italy, and while in Italy in 2016, Andrew was robbed, reportedly pushed off a 40-foot bridge. He hit the concrete below, and he died months later, being in a coma. Now, that's a tragic, tragic story, but it turns into a feel-good story. Benet has his name and number, Andrew Magny, number 34 on our right field wall, and his family, Mark, has established a scholarship in his memory. It's a scholarship given to a senior baseball player voted on by the underclassmen on the team. Then it goes to a senior who truly exemplifies the leadership skills, the work ethic, and the overall love of the game. And that's what Andrew stood for. And this year's winner, we'll see him in just a second. That's Merrick Sullivan. He's led this team in the postseason. He's led them all year, and he is a true leader. He is the Andrew Magny Award winner.
And that is one of the highest awards you can get at Benet Academy, and the highest award in baseball. And we had a chance to ask him how humble he was by it. He said he thought he might get it because his teammates told him he was involved in that. And they take it even more so that Benet has number 34 on a lot of its gear, a lot of its travel bags, his caps, what have you. And this year, the Merrick Sullivan Award, the grandpa of Andrew Magny, he has become a Benet supporter big time. He's here somewhere in the stands supporting this Benet team.
Leading it off, it will be Nathan Siraki, followed by Merrick Sullivan. In fact, the rallying cry beginning last year, it actually began with Scott Lawler's son, another former player. They decided they wanted to put the patch AM34 on the jerseys, Benet jerseys, in honor of Andrew Magny. Well, that patch was on the uniform last year. The Red Wings had the same unis this year, so it's on the patch again this year. As you said, the families have gotten all wrapped up in it with all the Andrew Magnings. In fact, if you look into the stands, several students, several adults have a black t-shirt, and on the back, all it is, up at the very top, in red letters, AM 34.
So well done, and such a great tribute to a former Red Wing. And the Red Wings at Benet Academy consider each other family.
Now their team will look to regroup here in the bottom of this third inning. Siraki on a slow roller. Strahowski with it. The out at first. That will bring up Merrick Sullivan. Sullivan, a single, a run scored, throwing a stolen base. And in fact, you were talking about Grandpa Magny. Grandpa Magny made the trip to all the playoff games, and that included a trip out to Geneseo for the Super Sectional, the win over Washington. And along the tournament trail, Merrick Sullivan, who had gotten the award before the playoffs really got going, he got a key hit. It was a triple. Grandpa Magny, knowing that was my grandson's award winner this year, tears in his eyes. And that showed how much that entire meaning of the honoring of Andrew Magny mattered to the entire Benet family.
And Grandpa Magny, he's adopted the Red Wings. The Red Wings have adopted him.
Yes. They trail right now 5-2, out hit 9-2. Sullivan would like to get things moving. Had that one out hit in the first inning. Pulled his head, goes down swinging.
Huge shutdown inning, if they can get it, for St. Lawrence.
2 quick outs to Luke Wilds. Wilds walked and scored.
So Strahowski has the first 2 outs of that shutdown inning. Can he finish it in 1-2-3 fashion? Because they have big-time momentum right now.
It's interesting, different pitchers, and there's so many factors involved, of course. Different pitchers all of a sudden get another level after their team gets them 3 runs. Some pitchers will come out and be a little more relaxed, thinking, oh, now I have a 3-run lead. Outfield straightaway pretty deep for Wilds. Took a big rip on that one. Wind has died down a little bit here.
Wilds, one of the only few returners from last year's team. So he was the stalwart they built around this year, knowing he was coming back. But a lot of new faces in the Red Wing lineup to start the year.
Line drive, base hit, right field. Donovan had to give ground. He's at the track. Wilds looking to stretch it to a double, and he does. That ball ended up near the warning track. A 2-out double from Luke Wilds.
Long way for Donovan to go in right field. He corralled that ball, did not let it get to the wall, cut it off. But the play right in front of him, Wilds just kept running.
Josh Gagora drove in a run with a double of his own in the first inning. The Red Wings need him here with 2 outs. Gagora, the cleanup hitter for Benet Academy. Game number 2 of 4 here today. This is your Class 3A championship. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Brother Rice and Normal Community. A battle for the 4A third place one. That sets us up for a championship game at 7 o'clock. Close play at second base. McHenry and Libertyville to play for the 4A championship at 7.
George Acosta, third base head coach with Scott Lawler. He's going to tell his runner right there, we need more than you. Shorten that just a bit.
Gagora ducks underneath that one. Big hitter here for Benet.
They need to scratch. 1 run will be a good inning for Benet right now.
Another pickoff attempt.
Different teams do that differently. pick off at second. Sometimes a drop of the glove by the catcher. We don't know if that's called from the dugout by Pete Lotus or whoever's positioning the defense, or if the players did that themselves.
Strike on the inside corner. Gagura had it timed up, goes right through it.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball that stayed right on his hands. He just couldn't get any extension, couldn't get the barrel out in front. That one tied him up.
Strahowski advantage, 1-2 count. Gagura to ask for time again. Lead at second to Wilds. Gagura able to hold up. St. Laurence dugout was ready to come up over that rail, didn't get the call.
Outer edge, that ball was a good 1 inch outside. Good take, good call. We live to see another pitch on 2-2.
This will be out of play. Wilds at second base. He's being held on by Ben Geary, but then Geary releases that hold so that he and his second baseman, Mickey Lotus, are actually playing in normal position. Wilds could actually stretch his lead a little if he chose, but as you mentioned, not when you're down by 3 here.
Both schools with good crowds here today.
St. Laurence out of Burbank, and an academy from Lisle. Fairly short trips both ways. Gagura to third, and one hop to Coyle. Gathers himself and will throw out Gagura to end the inning. Wild stranded at second. No runs in the bottom of the third. 3 full innings here in your 3A championship finds St. Laurence on top of Benet Academy, 5-2. We welcome you back to Slammer Stadium here in Joliet. As Mark said, bright sunshine, something we haven't seen much the last 2 weekends in the state baseball finals. Miracle League beyond the left center field fence here at Slammer Stadium, the site of volunteers and developmentally challenged people that get to play baseball on a rubberized surface. Looks like they're just about wrapping up here as we hit the 2 o'clock hour on a Saturday afternoon. Every Saturday in the spring and summer, ball games being played out there.
They've been there, since early morning, so a full day of baseball in the Miracle League here downtown Joliet. What a great service that is for the people that put that on, volunteer their time, work with some athletes that cannot play on a normal regulation-sized field. Nice spongy turf out there, prevent any kind of injuries, and having some fun.
Mickey Lotus to lead things off in the fourth. He's the only player who did not come to the plate for St. Laurence last inning, and he loosed this one left field, making the catch in fair territory. Nice running catch by Nico Schaefer. Now bring up Daniel Coyle. Coyle started that big inning last inning. He was hit by a pitch, eventually scored the first of 3 runs.
Coyle 5'10", 170, so that's not a huge stature, but he does have some pop in his bat. He can drive a baseball.
Hits this one hard to short. Mendez up with the sidearm toss. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Corey Lisle singled last inning. He scored twice today.
Now batting for St.
A
Lawrence,
2-run first and a 3-run third for the Vikings.
Corey Lisle, a commit to Louisville. So high-level power forward player. Leading home run hitter on this Viking team.
Gino Zagorek back out there. The odd innings have done him in. He's retired the first 2 in the 4th. Only faced 4 batters in the 2nd. St. Laurence, despite being 3A, made quite the run through the Chicago Catholic League, knocking off St. Rita back-to-back days. Did the same thing with Providence Catholic, back-to-back days. Came back and knocked off Mount Carmel twice. Those 6 wins came in a stretch of 8 games. Loyola Academy also fell victim to St. Lawrence as well.
Big-time schedule. They basically are battle tested. You see all these great pitchers in the state finals, well, they faced them all year long, right? So this is nothing to St. Lawrence to see big-time pitching.
Vikings looking for the first state baseball championship in school history. A couple of second-place finishes, or 1 second-place finish that came in 2019 when Montini knocked off St. Lawrence. 3rd places in 2017 and again in 2021.
And Benet on their side is going to take home their first state trophy. And it will either have a 1 or a 2 on it.
We've got about 4 innings to find out. Les down at first base. Pretty big lead. Perez taking a hack at that one. Perez has been in the middle of both the scoring innings. He drove in a run in the 1st, and then in the 3rd, really set it up. A sacrifice bunt that he placed perfectly down the 3rd baseline. He didn't just advance the runners. That was a base hit bunt, and that set up 3 more runs to score. And a balk there by Zagorek. Les was dancing back and forth, and very quickly he had at least 2 of the 3 umpires called the balk on Gino Zagorek. Perez now to hit. The runner in scoring position and 2 out. Jammed. Rooney in foul territory. We're halfway home in this one. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Benet down by 3. They come to bat.
Remember, fans, Busey Bank is proud.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download this app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Start watching live games wherever you are.
So respect the game. Respect
So Benet puts a 0 up on the St. Lawrence side of the ledger of the line score. Gives them an opportunity to score next and cut into that deficit up on the board. 5-2 to chase at 3 middle innings.
Quinn Rooney to lead things off, drove in a run with an infield ground out. That was in the first. That was when Benet got their 2 runs to match the 2 that Laurence put on the board in the top half.
Strahowski doing a really good job, I think, changing speeds, keeping hitters off balance. All about timing. He's changing the timing, mixing it up.
And I know, having worked with you for years, especially this last weekend, we seem to be in this situation. This is the time you always say, Benet needs to score next.
Yeah, there's not a doubt. It doesn't have to be this inning, it's got to be next, but the sooner the better for the Red Wings.
It may be sooner. Driven deep to right field and gone. Quinn Rooney got every bit of it.
He got a fastball right at the waist, and he put a charge, loaded up the backside, got the barrel all the way through the zone. And he's going to be greeted by the dugout, and that's that next we talked about right away, because look what that's done to their dugout, to their fans, to their crowd. And you can see St. Laurence now. They're just, okay, we're okay, we're okay.
Well, you wouldn't know it by the swing and by the result, but for the 6'5 sophomore, that's just his 2nd home run of the season.
That one was LG, long gone. I always love our players to have a drag bunt after a home run.
Ethan Mendez is the man. He's got his 3rd baseman back if he wanted it. Mendez popped out to 2nd. And with that pitch, Adam Lotus will come out to the mound on a quick jog.
Lotus family baseball, a big part of St. Lawrence.
Well, you have Adam Lotus.
Yep.
You have head coach Pete Lotus. You have Demi Lotus, freshman, the daughter of Pete, playing in the state softball finals this weekend. Daughter earlier played for Marist, the state championship team. She was the starting shortstop there. And another daughter for St. Lawrence got to the super sectional.
Lotuses are taking home some medals this week. Gonna have to break the mint.
Whatever the message was, I got Mendez to wave at that pitch. Well, that brought the Benet fans back into the game, Rooney's blast.
Good take there. He wants to find a ball on the inner half that he can put a charge into.
Three balls and a strike. 4 hits for Benet Academy allowed by John Strahowski. Here's the 3-1 pitch. High in the air. Plenty of time for Les. You see the sun glistening off his sunglasses. Gets that extra little shade with the right hand before making the catch.
Really good job by Les. He was tracking the whole way, but he was fighting a high sky, a blue sky, a sun sky. Got the right hand up to help shield along with those sunglasses and never really had to win the battle. He had it the whole way.
1 gone to the designated hitter, Luke Stakowiak.
Bullpen's quiet on either side of the field.
In the inside corner for a strike. Stakowiak batting for the pitcher Gino Zagorak. Following Stakowiak, it'll be Nico Schaefer. Stakowiak gathers himself and he's ready to go. Ball is striking it out. Strahowski has been behind on each of these 2 hitters following Rooney's home run. Pitch is now at the 2-1 count.
Stakowiak, as you mentioned, he was ahead of the count. Got him safe for favorable pitch. He put a good pass at that baseball.
Not a lot of patience at the plate for Luke Stakowiak. It's twice he's called timeout in this at bat for not too long.
Be interesting to see if, sometimes the Federation follows Major League Baseball, professional baseball. There's a lot of ways you can keep a game moving. One of them might be to allow only one timeout per at bat. That's a fair thing.
Got a little piece of the bat there. And that prevented a walk. Well, that along with catcher's trips to the mound.
Yep, you could limit that if you wanted to, yep.
I mean, that does not require any technology, right?
No, exactly.
Checks it up, called strike 3. So Luke Stakowiak will take the walk back to the dugout. Third strikeout of the day for Strahowski. Nico Schaefer went down looking his first at bat. Schaefer, the senior left fielder. A home run by sophomore Quinn Rooney. Schaefer not happy. Tardy on that pitch. Strahowski put it right on his hands. In fact, Schaefer looking at that left hand, saying, boy, that one stung. And did that get a piece of our home plate umpire? It looks like it may have.
Yeah, training staff out there.
Bob Zahara. All different types of assistance being given to Zahara.
Both teams' coaching staffs out there in support. The home plate umpire. Training staff out there quickly.
Well, there's some smiles going on, so that's good news for the moment. A little drink of water. I'll be honest, I missed the...
Yeah, I did too. The deflection.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bill Musrush last night, the all-time great umpire from the IHSA, when he stopped in to say hello to you and I. And, he was just basically pleading for young people, to take the umpire test to get involved and be involved in athletics. And the bottom line is the guys you're seeing down there right now have earned this trip. And why? Because they have a passion for the game. They have a passion to be involved in high school athletes.
Well, this is taking a little longer than one would really like. You're concerned now about the condition of our home plate umpire and some more water being brought out. Well, this is a goal, obviously, to work the state finals in any sport. So you want to hang there as long as you can.
Yeah, it's an earned position, and guys work years and years and years to move up the ladder of officiating, just like you do in coaching, just like players are trying to achieve something.
It's fun. We get to be around a lot of state finals, and it's fun when you see the umpires maybe the day before come out, walk around the field, and they're trying to hold it in, their excitement, but you can just see in their faces and their body language.
Yeah, their excitement is as great as the players.
See that in basketball, between games especially. You see the officials happy to be there. Fist bump with the catcher, Enrique Villanueva and Zahara. Now Schaefer gives his fist bump a thumbs up. You okay, man?
And his foul ball is what started all this. Come on.
So Nico Schaefer will step in, a 1-1 count, 2 gone here. The run in, the home run, the leadoff homer from Quinn Rooney.
A nice applause by both sides.
Yep. Now timeout called Villanueva. His communication device. It fell out of his ear, I believe. So a lot of action at home plate. Foul tips. Earpieces. 1-1 pitch. Schaefer puts a charge into this one. Vasquez came in, now they have to go back. He'll chase it down to the wall. Nico Schaefer into second base, a 2-out stand-up double.
Schaefer got a fastball, so he celebrates toward his third base dugout, and they appreciate trying to get a 2-out run here as he put a charge in that baseball. Not ever a chance for Vasquez in left field, and the Red Wings have something going with 2 outs.
2 hard hit balls in this inning for the Red Wings.
Number 34, Dom Tamala.
Big at bat here for Dom Tamala. Tamala hitless in this tournament here in the state finals. First pitch for a strike. Tamala just 3 for 29 this season. Schaefer at second. The ball squirts through Villanueva. Now Schaefer will move up 90 feet away.
And that puts a little bit more pressure on pitcher and catcher. Strahowski, pitcher, and Villanueva breaking balls in the dirt. So that means that Tamala can look for a ball up.
Fouled out to the right fielder. His first time up. Well, he's put the bat on the ball. Outfield playing fairly shallow. And that one bounced in. Villanueva, the wall back there.
Strahowski, he wants to go right after Tamala. Don't you think he doesn't, because Siraki looms large in the on-deck circle.
Tamala will take the strike right there, the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a run in. The pitch. That gets away. Here comes Schaefer. We have a 1-run game.
So you got a 2-out double and then advancing on the bases to third and to home on that. That's why it was so important he advanced to third. Crazy things can happen when you're on third base. And Benet has done what we mentioned, Dave Bernhardt, and that is answer next. And we have a baseball game here at 5-4.
Full count to Tamala. And he'll be at first with 2 outs. Second walk of the game for Strahowski. And we'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Nice to see for Benet, their dugout, number 30, Jack Clevenger, one of their emotion guys. He greets everyone in the dugout. He picks up every bat, every helmet, shakes a hand, the consummate team player and bench captain, if you will, for the Red Wings.
Luke Doyle, the courtesy runner at first. We go back to the top of the order and Nathan Siraki. A couple of ground outs for Siraki. It's been a long half inning here in the bottom of the 4th. And Laurence has been on the field for a while. 2 runs on the board.
Sometimes you fulfill different roles. Your job's to get on base. Your job's to move somebody over. Right now, his thought process for Siraki is find a gap. He wants to put a charge on the baseball with 2 outs.
Doyle back diving. Siraki only 3 extra base hits this season. Came into the finals with a 3.06 average. 0 for 2 today. Again, Doyle driven back. Siraki was 3 for 5 yesterday, however.
Strahowski showing pretty good feet.
Long hold. And they believe that Doyle may be running here with 2 outs. Leadoff batter at the plate. Again, and overthrown. It ricochets off the netting. A chance at second. Doyle is there in scoring position. One too many pickoff attempts.
I've seen so much pitchers. Yes, you have to hold a runner on, but so concerned about the base runner, they forget about the games in the batter's box, quite honestly.
The batter's box right now is Siraki. A base hit could tie this game. A little bit of action in the St. Lawrence bullpen. In fact, the ball gets away all the way behind home plate. Our pitcher, John Strahowski, time to take a deep breath here. 1-1 count on Siraki. Hits this one high. Les gives a little ground in center. He has it targeted and makes the catch over the shoulder. 2 huge runs for the Red Wings. The inning started with a solo home run from Quinn Rooney. With 2 outs, Nico Schaefer a double. A couple of balls that got to the backstop, 2 runs in. We go to the 5th, a 1-run game in your 3A championship. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Dave Bernhard, Mark Lindo, a 1-run game in Class 3A. Boy, what a big answer that was from Benet Academy.
And with the quality of these teams, you would expect nothing else. Back and forth for these 2 teams vying for a state title. They get the big home run to get it going, cut of the lead. Then they get the 2-out double. And advancing to third on the ball back to screen, advancing scoring on the ball to screen is how you pick up your 4th run.
Watching the conference among various personnel. Last inning, right before that double, actually, the pitch before the double, Bob Zahar, the home plate umpire, got a foul tip off the bat of Nico Schaefer. He'll stay in there, though. Ben Geary to lead it off for the Vikings in the top of the 5th inning. You talk about needing a shutdown inning right now. That's what Gino Zagorak is looking at.
Leading off St. Lawrence is Ben Geary, shortstop, number 21.
A lot of gold jerseys down in that St. Lawrence bullpen. First pitch from Zagorak, a ball. He's been on the bench for a while. That long half inning preceding this.
The guy they go to next will be Carter Moser, 5-0. 30 innings pitched on the year, 1.63. He was the first guy they had up down in the Viking pen.
And there's going to be a foul ball in their vicinity. On the hill, more gold jerseys on the hill. Okay, we've got more people out here today, Mark.
Oh, there's the fight is on.
Yes.
You get to keep those baseballs. I mean, you're at St. Laurence, you're at Benet, somebody's chasing you down to give them back.
Good breaking ball taken for a strike. Slider from Zagorak. Trouble in the odd innings, giving up 2 runs in the first, 3 in the third. Only faced 4 batters in each of the second and fourth innings. Geary off the fist, slicing, caught in foul territory. Running grab by Luke Wilds.
Nice catch, full out speed on the sound, the ping of the bat. He was in stride to the right field line. And then he knew he was getting close to that bullpen area, so he slid down, did Wilds, and made that catch for the first out of the inning. A superb play.
Enrique Villanueva, the number 7 hitter in the order for Pete Lotus. And a sacrifice fly and drove in a run his last trip to the plate. Even though he's working from the stretch, you can see the pace of Zagorak picking up with no runners on base. Villanueva will go to right field again. Wilds back, battles his son, makes the catch just in front of the warning track.
Nice running catch there, back-to-back F9s in the book. Wilds patrolling right field.
2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Go to the number 8 hitter, Orlando Vasquez. Vasquez with an RBI single. He drove in the 3rd run of the inning of that 3-run third.
Orlando Vasquez.
Zagorak looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. We've had one 1-2-3 inning that came in the Benet half of the 2nd inning.
Viking players and coaching staff on the back of their gold jersey and block lettering have attitude. That's what they wear on the back of their jersey.
Bounced out to Mendez at short. Low throw. Rooney stretches, gets it. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So Zagorak did his job, keeping St. Lawrence at bay.
All right, fans, it's time to
Benet Academy will come to the plate. Bottom of the 5th. And they will look to knock into this 1-run St. Lawrence lead.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
You're watching live coverage of the IHSA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSNetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. And today's event is available to download. Just click the Buy a Copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer.
Daniel Coyle, the new pitcher for the Vikings, comes in 3-0, just 17 innings pitched. 14 strikeouts in those 17 innings, 8 base on balls, a 3.29 earned run average for Coyle. We've seen his arm from third base. He was throwing seeds across the diamond. The 5'10", 170-pound junior job is to hold this lead.
Corey Less moves from center field to third base, so we will have a new outfielder, a new center fielder for St. Lawrence. This inning will start at the bottom of the fifth with Merrick Sullivan, followed by Luke Wilds and Josh Gagora, 2, 3, and 4 in the Benet Academy order.
Quaylen Petty, the center fielder, now for the Vikings.
And the inning starts with a hit batter. Mark, I'm going to give you a few days to give me some stats on the number of innings that have begun in these 2 weekends with a hit by pitch.
Well, we had 23 coming in, so based on balls and hit batsmen. Now, I know you're mostly interested in hit batsmen because we probably had about 10 of those. But I am going to get a quick count of today's hit batsmen plus base on balls equals free runners.
That's the tying run at first base. Wilds at the plate. He doubled a shot to right center field.
Now batting 17, Luke Wilds.
Adrian Perez holding Sullivan on at first. Second baseman Mickey Lotus shaded towards second. Big gap on the right side. Wilds will look at strike one.
So this is the 6th game of the tournament down here in Joliet, and there's been 29 free runners allowed.
Donovan deep in right field. The ball off the glove of Villanueva. Sullivan takes advantage, and he's in scoring position.
Great base running by, I think, a guy that really understands athletics and understands competition in Merrick Sullivan. Good flash look. He got his secondary lead. Read the fly of the ball. Was hopping towards second base on the secondary lead. And then, boom, he went into overdrive, accelerated, found a baseball, and was able to get in there safely. Merrick Sullivan play at Ithaca College next year.
You know what's different about that is it wasn't necessarily a ball in the dirt. It was a ball just off the glove. So he read that Villanueva, after it deflected off his glove, was not going to be able to catch it. Sullivan was halfway to second base by the time that ball hit the ground. Wilds 1-1 count.
He wants to pull this baseball.
Still a big hole between first and second. The pitch by Coyle would make it hard to do, down and away. Big at bat here with the left-handed hitter. Didn't miss by much. Shortstop Ben Geary is holding Sullivan at second.
I think Lotus might pay a little bit more to his glove side, taking away that hole against a pull hitter.
Big swing and a miss. Big strikeout from Coyle.
Next batter for Benet Academy, center fielder number 31, Josh Gagora.
Now the right-handed hitting Josh Gagora at the plate with a tying run at second in the bottom of the 5th inning. Two excellent pitches from Coyle. Not an intimidating presence on the mound.
Boy, he does. He's got his fingers on top of the baseball, pulling it straight down like a shade. He has some big-time movement down, throwing a hammer down on his breaking ball.
Your outfield of Vasquez, Petty, and Donovan. Wide stance from Gagora. Checks it. Taken for a ball. On deck is Quinn Rooney. Rooney with the home run his last time up. Timeout granted once again.
A little bit of a snail's pace between pitcher and hitter right now.
Clapping on both sides of the field here in the student sections.
There's not a doubt in my mind that that was a pickoff play. The catcher was involved in the timing of that. That was tipped off again by Coyle, the way he was looking in. Mm-hmm. Remember, he doesn't have a lot of innings, so he does not have as much experience with their pickoff plays from the hill.
That pitch is high to Gagora. Hitters count here for the cleanup hitter. Gagora with the double today. Lead at second to Sullivan. Gagora holds up. Strike is called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coyle got a strikeout. The previous batter, he could use one here. Gagora to third. Fair ball! Sullivan will hit the bag. Gagora, the RBI game-tying double.
Bennett's 2 runs in the 4th set up this opportunity in the 5th. And he waited long enough right there to pick that double up down the left field line to Gagora. He just laced that ball past the diving third baseman, Corey Less.
There was not much space between that third base bag and Less's glove. We're tied at 5. Rooney at the plate. Jam shot right to the Benet Academy dugout. And how did this run score? How did this inning start?
Hit batsman. How many times we said that this weekend? More than a handful.
Rooney, the sophomore. And that bounces in, and that will advance Gagora to third with 1 out.
Now St. Laurence has to pull the infield in. Coyle has much more command of his breaking ball right now than he does his fastball. And I think, he's trying to throw the ball 92, 93 miles an hour, and that's not in his pitching abilities. He's got to stay within himself, stay compact. You might want to go to breaking ball here, but whatever it is, you want to keep this ball down so he can't elevate and get a sacrifice fly.
Ball and a strike with the infield in. Rooney takes it, didn't like it.
See, there's that breaking ball. He does have command of that.
Quick glance at third, short lead for Gagora. Rooney, you get a piece of it? They say he did not go. They'll ask both umpires. I thought there may have been a sound, as in a foul tip. Not so much that he swung, but all 3 umpires concur. It's a ball.
And he checked with the first base umpire initially, and that's the third base umpire's call in this situation. But lived to see another pitch. How about that?
2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. What a pitch from Coyle.
Coyle struggling with a fastball and totally dominating with his breaking ball. He's got that one working. Stay with it. If it's what's working for you, stay with it. Big out with a runner on third, less than 2 outs.
So the defense can relax and field back. At the plate is Ethan Mendez. He'll hit this one high, deep, giving ground is Petty. He'll circle it and make the catch. Clutch pitching from Daniel Coyle, but around that, a game-tying double from Josh Gagora. We played 5. 5's the key number. St. Lawrence Benet tied at 5. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today. Start watching live games wherever you are. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school.
Well, high school baseball plays 7-inning games. Not today. This one's down to a 2-inning game. The way they will play it, the way they will coach it, the way they will approach it.
Five to 2 lead for St. Lawrence going to the bottom of the 4th inning. But Benet Academy put up 2 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. That's how we sit here at a 5-5 game. This ball slicing down the right field line on the run. Foul territory, running catch by Luke Wiles. That's the second time he's done that. That came off the bat of Danny Donovan.
Luke Wiles been impactful in this game on the defensive side. You just mentioned those 2 plays, and following the play in the previous inning, he had a great running catch to his drop step to his left, so he's been impactful. 76 pitches now delivered by Zagorek, 76 of which 56 are strikes, so he still has some pitches in him.
Struggled in the early going, the 1st and 3rd innings. Things have smoothed out here to the top of the order. And Connor Marino.
He is a different pitcher, Coach Bernhard, with nobody on base and base runners. He's a different pitcher.
He's on the rubber, ready to go. We do have a couple of people throwing down in the Benet bullpen, though. Everybody has to be ready here in your state championship game.
Marino will take his talents to Wisconsin Stout next year. They're getting a good one.
Key here is to keep Marino off the bases for Benet Academy. And a stolen base today, it was 3rd. Stolen base at 3rd base. Approaching 40 stolen bases on this season. He gets hit by the pitch. Got him on the left elbow. Anyway on. That's the mantra right now for Connor Marino. Mission accomplished.
And you will watch the pace of this game slow down right now because there will be a great deal of emphasis on the runner Marino. And you and I have talked about this time and time again, or I'm more of an advocate than you are. They've thrown over numerous times. And if you are that intent on him going, throw a pitch out sometime.
He's got him! The little jump move off the bag caught Marino in midair. When he came down and planted, by that time the ball was there. Big pickoff from Zagorak.
And he was going to accelerate. Good feet on the hill. And that's about what his 10th or 11th knockdown, and that's the first time he got it, but at the biggest time of the game.
Mickey Lotus up now with 2 outs and nobody on.
What did that pick up the emotion too, didn't it, for Benet?
Changed everything in a matter of seconds.
5-5 tie, but Benet scored the last 3 runs and they scored the last 2 innings and then a pickoff. There's no doubt right now they have the momentum in this game.
And that catches Tamala. Been a rough day behind the plate today. Bob Zahara, the umpire, walking with Zagorak back to the mound. Not sure what they're talking about, but it's just giving time to the catcher, Tamala.
Good bit of umpiring.
Zahara taking his time getting back as well. Two strikes on Lotus. Good rip. Junior second baseman, son of head coach Pete Lotus.
Interesting with 2 outs and a great hitter and a guy with wheels. The entire outfield is playing shallow. He would run forever if he gets a ball over the head of one of those outfielders.
Up the middle. This will be tough. Not in time. Infield single for Lotus. Mickey Lotus, single season stolen base record. He's at first base. 39 stolen bases for Lotus with Coyle at the plate. You have to believe Lotus would be running here with 2 outs.
Yeah, that previous pickout will not stymie their running game.
Try the same with Lotus. Back standing. Daniel Coyle at the plate. Single, hit by a pitch and ground out. There he goes. Taking all the way. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base number 40 on the season for Mickey Lotus. More importantly, scoring position with 2 outs for Daniel Coyle.
Speed kills. Lotus gets on first base on an infield hit. Just basically outrunning the baseball and a silly ground ball to short. And then he takes off and steals second base. And they're in business. The table is set for Coyle right now. Coyle 41 RBIs coming into the tournament. Had an RBI in the first inning, so 42 and counting.
Check the outfielders. Nico Schaefer fairly deep in left field. Gagora fairly shallow in center, as is Wilds in right. Good speed at second in Lotus. That ball would have to be hit hard right in an outfielder in order for them to have a chance at the plate. Coyle is ready, so is Zagorak. Coyle rips this one over the left fielder's head. Schaefer will watch hit the wall. Lotus scores easily. Coyle, RBI, go-ahead double in the top of the 6th for St. Laurence.
Putting a charge in that baseball ball in the inner part of the plate. He got the hands inside the baseball, got the barrel out and around it. infield hit by Lotus, stolen base by Lotus. And a long double, one hopping the wall by Coyle. And St. Lawrence has answered Bennett's answer.
Cleanup hitter Corey Less at the plate, and Sullivan will come and have a talk with Zagorak. Immediately after the hit batter, with one out, Marino was picked off first for the second out, but then you just specified. Infield single, stolen base double, boom, just like that, a run. Talk about a run. There's a big one standing at second base. George Acosta out of the Benet Academy dugout. Slow walk to the mound. He looked to his bullpen on his way out there. Let's see if there is a move to be made here. While that's going on, I'm watching the discussion with Josh Gagura, along with Luke Wilds and our first base umpire, Adam Sartorius, pointing over the right center field wall in that area. And now, moving over and talking to Chris Smith, the third base umpire. I think we're going to have, I don't know, Bob Zahara will be involved in this talk, and all this time it gives George Acosta time on the mound for Benet Academy to make sure his pitcher's ready and decide what he'd like to do.
I think there's something going on in a fan in the outfield.
And they will communicate upstairs in all likelihood for a message to the public address announcers. All three umpires come back near home plate. Well, it was Josh Gagura that made the first motion, pointing out to right center field. Trying to read the body language, the pointing was basically going from the right field corner to right center.
George Acosta had a chance for a 3 or 4 minute powwow out there.
Did. That was free time. No pitching change. Coyle will go back to second.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware, drone flying is not allowed at IHSA events. Drones are not allowed at IHSA
drone flying.
events.
There's a drone out there.
Please do not be flying drones. Thank you.
Well, that's a first in all of our years, Mark.
Where's that in the IHSA bylaws and terms and conditions? No drone flying at state finals.
I think it may be there.
It probably is.
Well, that little delay. We come back to Less at the plate. Coyle at second. A run is in. A 1-run lead for St. Lawrence in your 3A championship game.
2 outs, nobody on, but instead they have a run on the board.
Zagorak delivers. Kamala stops.
Zagorak came into this inning with 73 pitches, so he's not even close to that 115 limit yet. They can ride him if they so choose.
Inside move. It's the inside move with the leg, no throw. Less rolled through that one. Now I'll say it again. You have to know your own players, and I certainly do not know the Benet players, but I think it could behoove Zagorak to just hit and go home with it rather than the long holds. Missed on that one. The reason I say that, not just for the runner in this case, but for the hitter. A rhythm is developed by Les here. He's the timing. I'm not saying you're quick pitching because obviously you have to come set. We've hit just about the 2-hour mark in this game. We're in the top of the 6th inning. This one bending out of play, and it will be 5-6 rows up behind the Benet dugout. One of these two teams is going to win their first state baseball championship for their school in the school's history. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The run scored came with 2 outs.
Everybody with their sunglasses, the high sky needed. Interesting, Siraki's got sunglasses, but they're not down. They're up on his cap. So he's got to catch a pop-up. He's on his own.
The count will go to 3-2. First base open for Les. Following him would be Perez. Les, line drive, slicing and foul. It brought a quick roar from the St. Laurence fans. Doyle will head back to second base. Of course, he's off on contact with 2 outs.
Long inning for only 1 run on the board. Skorak works very deliberately with runners on base.
Les swings and misses. Sigorak went high and tight. He gets the strikeout of Les. Strands Coyle at second. Yet it is Daniel Coyle's RBI double that has given St. Lawrence the 6-5 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Press box and look for an IHSA t-shirt coming.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Benet Academy found themselves trailing 2-0 after 1/2 inning of play today. They picked up 2 runs to tie it at 2. Then in the 3rd, after St. Lawrence had gone up 5-2, Benet came back in the bottom of the 4th, made it a 5-4 game. The next time Benet came up to the plate, that was in the 5th, they made a 5-4 game into a 5-5 game. So they have answered everything to this point. Do they answer the 1 run that St. Lawrence got in the top half of this 6th inning? They will start with 7, 8, 9 if they're going to do it.
If you're Benet, you gotta love being the home team, right? They know they have 6 shots left. St. Lawrence has 3 shots left. Big advantage.
Daniel Coyle came on in relief to start last inning. Hit a batter, gave up a double and a run. First batter he'll face here in the 6th is Luke Stakowiak.
And last inning, Coyle total command of his breaking ball, not so much his fastball. See what adjustments he has made or if it's going to stay the same.
Starts it with the fastball.
And was not even close to the zone, quite honestly. Really flew open. Ball went down and away, missed by about 6 inches.
Big hack from Stakowiak. Ground out and a strikeout. That came against John Strahowski, the starter for St. Lawrence. There's a fastball that finds the mark. Nico Schaefer waiting on deck. A big double in the 4th inning. Sahowiak, slow roller to 3rd. Les will scoop it up, bobbles, throws high, and he got him with the tag. And that is met with much disagreement on the Benet Academy side. They're going to be asking for help here. And if you see a coach that upset, you have to believe there's some justification behind that.
Scott Lawler beside himself, and that's usually doesn't act in that demonstrative fashion.
The thing that made that somewhat puzzling, and you know, we don't have the answer from up here, but the first base umpire, Adam Sartorius, took a long time to make that out call. In fact, Stachowiak was well beyond the bag when that out was rung up. 1 out in the state championship game.
8, Nico Schaefer.
And teammates are telling Stachowiak, get in the dugout. Nico Schaefer at the plate with 1 out. Strike 1 to him.
I think there's some emotions in this game right now, both sidelines, both benches.
He went. We're at that stage of a game, a championship game. You feel it so often. The crowd into it, then the moments of hush, and then back into it. 2 strikes. The St. Laurence fans will be making noise here.
This is what it's all about.
Coyle will deliver on 0-2. Double by Schaefer last inning. Just his 5th of the season. Only his 6th extra base hit. Hitting out of the 8th spot in the order. Do it again on 1 and 2.
He's pretty quick to the baseball. It's hard to believe he's only a .217 hitter coming into the tournament because he looks like a hitter. He keeps his hands in. Pretty compact swing, not too long, but short swing, which you will want from a hitter.
Curveball missed. Count goes to 2 and 2. Schaefer down looking.
That one was center cut. Can't be any indecision by either side there that it was close or not close. That was right down the middle with a breaking ball. Froze him.
Dom Tamala walked his last time up. Number 9 hitter in the order. Coyle in relief. Tamala hits this ball to right center field. Heading. Can't get it. It will roll to the wall. Tamala being waved around. Here's the throw. And he's out of there. How about that execution on the relay? Two perfect throws. And Benet goes down in the 6th.
How about Donovan backing up, laying out for the ball was Petty. He couldn't get to it. Ball rolls all the way to the wall. Donovan did exactly what a great teammate would do. Playing backup, hits the cutoff man. Throw to third, and quite honestly, he was out easily, making the last outing at third. But what? It took two perfect plays executed, and the St. Lawrence Viking dugout just flat out exploded.
You saw it coming all the way. When you saw that first relay and you charted Tamala hitting second base, you knew he was going to be in trouble. So the inning starts with a controversial call at first base. The inning ends with a perfectly executed relay from the deepest part of this park.
Boy, the last couple innings of this baseball game has been big play after big play after big play. And both teams answering each other's scores.
You know the fellow's name, Jerry? Well, then who's playing first? Yeah. I mean, the fellow's name on first base. The fellow playing first base for St. Louis.
Now the
guy at first base. Who is on first?
Benet Red Wings will have to take that breath. They've got a new pitcher on the mound. It's Jonathan Rossi. They'll have to take a breath and say, okay, we have to put a 0 up here. So Zagorek's day is done.
What is the fellow's name on third base? What is the fellow's name on second base?
So we'll take a look at Rossi's numbers. He steps in 5-0 on the season. 43 innings pitched, a 2.28 earned run average, 35 strikeouts, but 28 base on balls in only 43 innings. That could be an Achilles heel. You've got to be able to be around the zone to be good. Rossi, a 6'2", 200-pound senior.
First batter he faces will be Adrian Perez, followed by Gary, then Villanueva. Top of the 7th inning. Your 3A championship game.
See, Rossi is a game plan, and the way he approached, he wants to work quickly. He gets it, toes the rubber, and goes.
Perez was high to center, giving ground. It's Gagura. This ball's carrying. Now it's the right fielder, Wilds. He's been all over this park, making the catch in deep right center field.
Wow, oh wow, has he been fun to watch in right field. Way back in the league days, they put the weakest link out in right field. But this young man has been a gold glover here today. That was a great catch from a long way. He went to his right to make a catch. He's gone to his left a couple times to make a catch. He went over his shoulder to make a catch. Wow.
One gone to Ben Geary. Geary looking to bunt, pops it up. Tamala couldn't find it. Don't know if he would have been able to get there anyway.
Every pitch right now for both teams has a purpose. Every pitch has passion behind it.
Geary today is singled. He scored a run, knocked in a run on a fielder's choice. And he was victimized by a sliding catch in foul territory from Wilds his last time up in the 5th inning.
Tamala mad at himself for not making a clean catch on that ball, even though there's nobody on base. That's the kind of competitor he is back there behind the dish.
Foul ball. Gary knew it, carried that bat halfway down first base with him. This game's in the hand of the relief pitchers. Jonathan Rossi, the second batter of the game at the plate here in Ben Geary. Very upright stance. High foul, out of play.
Both student sections have decided they're not going to sit the rest of this game.
Ball ripped down the left field line. Foul ball. Geary tagged that one.
I just happened to look down the right field stands and bleachers, even the parents, and you called. The ball hit down the left field line. All the heads went up. They were following the ball, and then in unison went foul. Everybody's head dropped. It was excitement. No. That's the emotion of this game.
Rossi delivers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Benet Academy fans say, just get us into the dugout. Top of the 7th inning, St. Laurence by a run. Right through the middle, base hit. Geary is on with 1 out.
Got to a favorable count, set on a fastball there. Got the hands through the zone, barrel it right back up the middle, too hard for Rossi to have any chance to make a stop as the pitcher, the 9th fielder.
12th into the game for the Vikings. Geary at first with 1 out. Villanueva at the plate. Geary, good sized lead.
Villanueva started 37 games for them behind the dish, so he's been a mainstay.
Sacrifice fly for Enrique today. Again, the dancing back and forth for the St. Lawrence runners. That's Geary at first. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That throws Villanueva.
That might have been the pitch that he's has the most downward bite on the entire sequence in this inning that he has thrown. So will he double him up here?
There goes Geary. Ball in the dirt. No chance. Stolen base. Ben Geary. Kamala did the best he could with that.
Great jump. St. Lawrence continues to play with reckless abandon on the bases.
Villanueva line drive over Rudy's glove. Wilds up with it. Geary being waved. The throw. Not in time. It's a 2-run lead for St. Lawrence.
Base hit, stolen base hit. Wiles, who's done a great job in right field, came up a throwing, but just a little bit too late to get the diving Geary into home plate.
Courtesy running at first base for St. Lawrence, number 3, Anthony Business.
Heard in the background the courtesy runner at first, Anthony Business. Did some courtesy running yesterday in the 11-6 semifinal win.
So going to the right field for Benet is Maxwell Glimko, coming off the field to, I assume, to go down the bullpen. would be Luke Wiles. I'm going to assume that's why he would come off the field there. He's not down there yet, but it is definitely a defensive change.
Orlando Vasquez will come to the plate.
Vasquez, number 24.
Vasquez with an RBI today. 13 hits on the day for St. Laurence. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the third. A run in the 6th and 1 here in the 7th. Big hack from Vasquez. Now, Wilds has not made a trip to the bullpen yet.
And I don't see his jersey number hanging over the dugout. He came running in a hurry.
Business, short lead. 1 step off. You know, if nothing else, that pressure that the base runners have put on St. Laurence has taken a toll on the pitchers for Benet Academy.
There is no doubt. It's been a focal point. Anytime they run our base, it's been way more focused runner than batter.
The Red Wings have gone to long holds, and that timeout was called at home plate by Orlando Vasquez. Of course, you can request time, does not have to be granted.
I think that's what Dom Tamala's talking about right now. This pitcher was indeed already had broken his hands, right? And ready to make a pitch.
Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the junior left fielder, Orlando Vasquez. We've had a little bit of everything here in this one. St. Laurence has never given up the lead. They've been tied a couple of times. Business moving the other way. Did not get him. Almost caught him in the jump towards second base. Running count here with 3-2, 1 out. Courtesy runner, Anthony Business. Vasquez at the plate. Business stays, line drive, sinking fast. It is down. Business will head to third, goes under the glove of Gagora. Runners at the corners for the Vikings. Business was going all the way.
And that's another example of the aggressiveness, the consistent aggressiveness on the bases. Because defensively, they're already thinking, I got to come up throwing, That ball went underneath the glove and allowed the advancement on that 3-2. He was on his high horse running from first to third.
3 straight hits in the 7th inning for St. Lawrence. A run is in. Runners first and third. Danny Donovan at the plate. The middle of defense is back for Benet Academy. Donovan swings a good bat. Some coaches like to bunt in this situation. Safety squeeze, first and third.
Good time for it, especially with your 9-hitter.
Donovan swinging away. Glimko in right field. First play of the game. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Business. Throws up the line. And another run. Crosses the plate for St. Lawrence.
It's a big run on a sacrifice fly to pick up less than 2 outs. That runner on third. They get him in. Sac fly execution.
Now batting for St. Lawrence, number 23, Connor
It's an
Marino.
8-5 difference. Marino will step into the box against Rossi. Rossi slipping on that surface. Everybody will come in to check, make sure everything's okay, but more than anything else, to say, okay, let's get it out here and get us into that dugout. Tall task ahead for Benet Academy, no matter what happens the rest of the way this inning.
Two outs running situation if you're St. Lawrence, because they've been running no matter what the situation all day long, all weekend long, all season long.
And they'll be just 3 outs away from running to a state championship. No movement on the bases, ball popping out of Kamala's glove. Marino batting for the 5th time today. Single his first 2 times up, a strikeout, then he was hit by a pitch before being picked off first base. Made Benet Academy think there. Not sure whether he was actually going to complete that bunt attempt. Takes it for a ball and a 2-1 count. Two and two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs in here in the 7th. 8 runs, 14 hits, and an error for Benet. For St. Lawrence. Benet 5-7-1. Now Tamala, the catcher, some difficulties. A signal to the Benet dugout. Come out and check on the junior catcher.
Now the trainer comes out. Tamala said, I'm okay. He had already said that. He didn't want anybody out. Guy's back there at 5'8", 160 pounds, competing every pitch. Look at, he's ready to go. He's already down in his catcher stands. Come on, let's play. I'm okay.
Three and two. Vasquez at first base will be running. They are still holding him on. There he goes. Pitch high, runners first and second. Marino with the walk. This inning continues. Now we will get a pinch runner out at second base. It'll be Aiden Guerrero to run for Vasquez.
Pinch running at second base for St. Lawrence, number 2, Aiden Guerrero. Next batter for St. Lawrence, second baseman, number 7, Mickey Lotus.
Everybody on the mound. Everybody near the third base coach's box. You know, a lot of times in these situations, I always look at the outfielders for the body language of the outfielders. And we see one outfielder wandering around, two outfielders actually, another one in squatting position. Not feeling too good about it, down by 3 in the final inning here in the 3A championship game.
Been a long half inning. We've had, what, about 4 or 5 long half innings. And it's been a relatively well-played game. It's just a very slow-paced game. We've had numerous meetings.
Well, we've gone 2.5 hours to this point.
Yeah, numerous throwovers to bases, numerous step-outs.
Jonathan Rossi continues on the hill for the Red Wings. Mickey Lotus at the plate with runners at first and second. Lotus officially a hit and 3 at-bats in this game. Ball and a strike to Lotus. Fouls that one back. So here's a situation with Mickey Lotus right now. He's 4 for 7 in these 2 games. That's good. If he makes an out here, he'll be 4 for 8. That's good. That's good, but
his batting average drops.
It will. It came in 514 average. Outfield shallow. Good eyes, Guerrero at second.
Yeah, that's an absurd batting average. You go 2 for 4 and you're dropping down your average. Just crazy.
Through 42 games. They'll lift this one to shallow center. That's right what Gregor is. That ends the inning. But 2 huge runs across the plate. 3 more hits in the inning. Comes down to this. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Benet Academy needs 3 to tie. 4 would win it. St. Laurence needs 3 outs.
Spectators are requested to remain seated at the conclusion of
top of the order for Benet Academy here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Siraki, Sullivan, and Wilds. The Wilds left the game defensively. We'll see what happens here on the offensive side. Nathan Siraki robbed of a base hit his first time up, then a ground out. Deep fly ball to center field. He runs into the left-hand hitting batter's box. It's almost a must that he gets on here with his team down by 3.
Any old which way he can do it, that's his job for his teammates right here. As Enrique Villanueva tells his teammates, top of the order. Really doesn't matter. You got to get an out no matter what part of the order you're in.
This may be one right here, right back to Coyle. 1 gone.
Surprised they didn't take a strike against Coyle there, needing base runners. He jumped at the first pitch.
Coyle in relief, came in the 5th. He's allowed 1 run. First batter he had faced in the fifth was Merrick Sullivan. Sullivan at the plate, hit by a pitch dead inning and scored. Sullivan goes after the first pitch.
Boy, up there hacking, trailing 3 runs. So not part of their modus operandi.
Wilds is on deck. Sullivan quickly down the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Coyle 3 pitches this inning, 3 strikes. That is good news if you're St. Lawrence. Honestly, that's all he needed to do was attack the zone.
Swing and a miss. Villanueva wants to throw it to the outside. He does. 2 out. And here come the St. Lawrence fans roaring to their feet.
And there's a lot of them, Dave Bernhard. Big crowd of Vikings fans.
Next batter for Benet Academy, right
1 out
fielder,
away
number 17,
from the first state
Luke
baseball
Wilds.
championship in school history. Luke Wilds at the plate. Base hit Wilds.
Don't go away yet. Ty runs on deck.
Now batting for Benet Academy.
That's all they're asking right now if you're a Benet fan. Josh Gagora get on base for Quinn Rooney, who is homered today. Gagora with a pair of doubles today. They are not holding Wilds on at first. His run means nothing. Gagora swinging at the first pitch. Gagora walks back into the box, ready to roll. He'll take strike 2.
Great breaking ball. Hard, downward trajectory. He's had command of that since he came into this baseball game.
To short. Geary, long throw across. St. Lawrence, your 2025 Class 3A champions.
The St. Lawrence Vikings are the 3A state champions. They win the ball game by a final score of
First state championship in baseball in St. Lawrence school history comes in 2025, and it's an 8-5 win over Benet Academy.
8 runs on the board, an offensive outburst, 14 hits, and just tremendous base running. Tremendous base running by this team that put pressure on its opponents all year, all weekend, and all day today.
Benet Academy tied this game at the end of 5, but St. Lawrence a run in the 6th, 2 more in the 7th. They win it 8-5. Stick around, we'll have medals and trophies presented to the champions and runners-up. Once again, your final score in Class 3A, your state champs, St. Lawrence 8, Benet Academy 5. For Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhard. Join us again. We've got 4A baseball coming up later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the 2025 State 3A IHSA State Baseball Tournament. Assisting with the presentation of the medallions will be IHSA board member Dwayne Bates from Glenbard East High School. At this time, please meet the Lisle Benet Academy Red Wings, who finished the year in second place in 3A, record of 27 wins and 13 losses. Let's meet the personnel from Lisle Benet Academy. The Vice President, Greg Gersh. The Principal, Sherry Costello. Co-head coach, George Acosta. Co-head coach and athletic director, Scott Lawler. Trainer, Amy Hoffman. Assistant coach, Nathan Aronson. And assistant coach, Joshua Goldsbrook. And now for the players. Number 0, Luke Stahowiak. Number 1, Quinn Devine. Number 2, Brandon Scanza. Number 3, Gino Zagoric. Number 4, Ben Clevenger. Number 7, Jimmy Jasinski. Number 8, Nico Schaefer. Number 9, Quinn Rooney. Number 14, Peyton Knox. Number 16, Merrick Sullivan. Number 17, Luke Wilds. Number 18, Jonathan Rossi. Number 21, Carson Ebeling. Number 24, Tristan Lakis. Number 25, Maxwell Glimko. Number 26, Luke Doyle. Number 27, Nathan Siraki. Number 30, Jack Clevenger. Number 31, Josh Gagora. Number 34, Dom Tamala. Number 35, Ethan Mendez. Number 36, Jack Garishana. Number 37, Jake Riffenberg. Number 50, Anthony Filippo. Number 81, Lucas Kohlmeyer. And number 88, William Berlin. Your second place finishers, Lisle Benet Academy. At this time, let us now meet the St. Lawrence Vikings, your state champions. Finishing with a final record of 37 wins and 5 losses. Let's meet the personnel from Burbank St. Lawrence High School. The President, Joe Martinez. The principal, Christy Kane. The athletic director, Tim Chandler. The trainer, Alexander Ankowitz. The head coach, Pete Lotus. Assistant coach, Adam Lotus. Assistant coach, Matthew McHugh. Assistant coach, Nick Seipel. And assistant coach, Johnny Peterson. And now the St. Laurence players. Number 1, Daniel Coyle. Number 2, Aiden Guerrero. Number 3, Anthony Business. Number 5, Evan Panther. Number 7, Mickey Lotus. Number 8, Samuel Chin. Number 9, John Medina. Yes, number 6, Corey Less. Number 10, Carter Mosher. Number 7, Mickey Lotus. Number 8, Samuel Chin. Number 9, John Medina. Number 10, Carter Mosher. Number 11, Enrique Villanueva. Number 13, Casey Siscon. Number 14, Jaden Melendez. Number 16, Quaylen Petty. Number 17, Joe Olson. Number 18, John Strahowski. Number 19, Danny Donovan. Number 21, Ben Geary. Number 22, Ryan Walschlager. Number 23, Connor Marino. Number 24, Orlando Vasquez. Number 25, Joseph Torres. Number 26, Sam LaFills. Number 27, Julian Esparza. Number 28, Adrian Perez. Number 29, Jimmy Benson. Number 31, Sean Pop. Number 34, Luke Arroyo. Manager Alec Miratello. Manager Sal Sarno. And Manager Tom Craigie. Your state champion, Burbank St. Laurence Vikings. At this time, please, would Coach George Acosta and Scott Lawler and the captains of Lisle Benet Academy please come forth and accept your second place trophy. Congratulations, gentlemen. And now at this time, would Coach Pete Lotus and the captains of the St. Lawrence Vikings step forward, accept your state championship trophy. Congratulations to all and thank you.